Okay, hi everyone, Simon here, High Playing Games. Last Steam Next Fest live stream, but it's not a live stream, it's me recording because of the way how this has all had to go, and I don't want to spam everyone with your notifications and stuff. It's all about strategy games. So we're going to dive through 7 or 8 of these. Cthulhu Pub has already gone live as an actual buyable game, so it removed the demo from me, so apologies Cthulhu Pub, I couldn't show you off. So let's dive into Death or Glory. It's a dueling card game. When you dive into this, I was just quickly looking before I went live, it gives you an introduction and a quick guide of kind of what you need to do. And you've got a battle screen here with a discard bin, discarded pile, and all of this kind of stuff. And then inside here, essentially what you need to do is draw some cards. You play into like a battle phase, and then you play your cards by dragging them to the center of the screen, and then you can discard them as you go. Success works out nicely, failure is a baddie. And the idea is it's basically when you're going into combat, it's all around your attack damage versus your block value of what you've got, or being able to kind of counter things as you go. So you've got short-ranged attack, long-ranged attacks, attack speeds and reaction speeds as well. And then you've got status effects going on. There are classes too. Looked very confusing. So let's dive into practice. Let's do Lee. Dive in versus Naughty, the innocent baker. Love that. Flow like water, my friend. Don't be too hard on me. Okay, so we've got 35 health, 0 momentum, a resource that is consumed to play more powerful cards, but also replenished by playing less counts stuff, and action points. So they replenish to a maximum of 3. So we need to discard a card into the pile. So we've got an attack kick, a low strike, an upper strike is played to draw 2 cards. Okay. When you rush, you nullify damage. Again, reaction, quite helpful. If you parry an attack, it must have the same range, otherwise you can attack normally. Okay, so that can be attack or defense. Interesting. Throat jab. Attack punch. All of these are quite useful. I'm going to get rid of the attack kick though. Let's drag that into the discard pile. What have they got rid of? Okay, heal. Okay, so we're first in the bat. So let's do an attack. There we go. Although they reacted with a block, our attack was still more powerful, so we caused some damage there, which is good. So they've done an attack and a step back. And I guess we can now do a longer range. Oh no, we don't have enough momentum for it. We've got no momentum at all. Okay, we'll pass. So they're going to apply bleeding. So that's a long range one. Oh, we don't have enough momentum. Can we parry? Have attack or to actually parry. Oh no, we're buggered, didn't we?
Your turn.
Ooh, -5 and bleeding. Not a good look. Okay, so it's... Oh, we don't have enough momentum again. I think we're going to pass again. Okay, one card needs to be picked up. From where? From where? Okay, we'll go from there then. Right. Please discard one. Let's go for that. So discarding the bleeding. This is confusing the way how this works. This is an attack punch at short range. So that's parry. No, because again we don't have any friggin' momentum. How do we get momentum? Can we dodge? Done. Can't catch a dragon. There we go, momentum. Please discard one. Let's do that. Ooh. What happened there? Put in the chi. I'm lucky this way. Ah, and they've put a reaction to a near miss. Heal 4 lives. Okay.
Your turn.
Pass.
The opponent is discarding pick. Nice.
Your turn. Your turn.
That's right, we're still in the lead, it doesn't matter.
Your turn.
Pass. Pass.
Ooh, that works nicely. Yeah, because the lower strike card is in place, we increased by 4. Okay.
Your
So
turn.
again, no momentum, so we need to pass. This feels very stop-starty. Okay. Okay, we're bleeding again.
turn.
And again. Is that going to be bleeding 2 now? Yeah. Parried bitch.
Pass.
He's got no lower strike stuff. This is the juicy.
Pass.
Nice, and we get to reuse it.
Your turn.
Pass.
Oh wow. I feel like I'm a bit silly getting rid of the dodge. What? He's healed? No, 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 no.
Your turn.
Pass. Pass. Pass.
Done. Another 2 in. And I guess, can we go again? Yeah, gone. Done. Okay, that took me longer than I expected to get the hang of. Okay. Not massively sold on that one, I have to say. That feels bitty. But that is Death or Glory. That is available on 1st of June 2022. Okay. Near bad, laddie, near bad. So that's number 1. Next up is Legendary Hoplite. Assuming I'm saying that right. Soon find out. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Burpees. I'll have the English, please. Demo version. There'll be bugs. Okay. Here we go. Play. Aha. Wonder if Mother is happy in the underworld. Help us please, the skeletons have killed many villagers. The old lady must be dizzy, the skeletons are buried in the ground. They're coming.
Hey!
Hey! Phalanx. Blow the horn, now. Oh my, that old lady was telling the truth. What kind of enemy is this? Oh, this looks very Plants vs Zombies. If this is a lane defense game. Wave 1. Yep. The enemy will attack in waves to try and defend. Last round. Come on, take down the invaders. All actions consume stamina. Here I need to stand still for 4 seconds before he starts to recover stamina. Okay. So stamina on the left, surely. More foes are closing in. We need more men in here. Phalanxes to arms. Captain, we are ready. Kills grant player combat points, which can be used to recruit. Hover over which lane. Ah, okay. So do they march forward? What do they do? Helpful. Captain, the mermaids are more heavily armoured. Tough. You can't see when they're gonna die. That's part of the problem. And do they have overall health? Or not? Wave 6. Le finale. This feels like a we can't do it. Yep, I think that broke the gates. Maybe we should ring the bell to call for more reinforcements. Oh, God will save us now. Who are you? I am Gaia, mother of all things. Thanks, Gaia, with your amazing tree hair. chapter 1 through 20. Hero has 4 types of equipment: helmet, spear, sword, shield. Every item has its own piece. You can replace things. Let's do this. So that light spear does more? Okay, and then you can upgrade yourself as well. Fair enough. And coins to upgrade yourself as you go. Okay, I'm down with this. So let's try level 2. And then assuming this works okay, we'll move on. I'd quite like to see a couple of other things, I think. Young Captain, use my gift now. Ah, okay. These don't feel very good. That didn't go very well. The problem with these is that you kind of know that they're not going to be any good, so you kind of go, well, why am I putting them out? Which makes it feel like you're spending 100 that you really shouldn't be. To me, at least, anyway. And the whole game really needs a... Everything needs health bars. Why is there no health bars on any of this whatsoever? It feels like such an odd oversight to me. This has not gone well. Difficult game. Okay, so pressing space to move this thing on actually brings up the menu alongside everything else, so that's not a great look either. Oh, he's knackered. Work out what like all these things' health is. We're still in the game. Okay, stay still. Let's get you in there. Yeah, I think we're in trouble. Right at the end. But we did get a new hat, so you know. Instant exhaust resistance of okay. Stamina recharge rate is slower. Gain combat gain is quicker. I mean, fair enough. Let's do it. Okay, interesting game. Plants vs Zombies Extreme Viking Edition, I guess is what I would call that. Interesting though. So Legendary Hoplite, sorry. To be fair, that is a game that I would be interested in. It desperately needs health bars to help me make better decisions over where I spend my time. That just says it doesn't have a coming soon date. Next up is Chambers of Devious Design. Let's take a look at this. The thing makes me think of Evil Genius and Dungeons. Whether that does or not is another matter. Tutorial. And who might you be? A new minion, huh? Let's put you to good use. Made a new layer, go build me one. Okie doke. And you better make it evil. Like that laugh. In each match, you are tasked with building a new evil layer for your evil mastermind. Don't ask me why I need so many layers. In each match, you start with only one room. You can expand your layer by placing rooms so that they face each other. Use WASD to... Okay. Go ahead and try placing a few new rooms. Okay. So, we've got Chamber of Sinister Gatherings. So what's that? That's the starter room, isn't it? So yeah, so I guess the Chamber of Sinister Gatherings. Oh shit, how did we rotate something? Do this one first. There we go, that builds in the corridor there. Minion uniform stockpile. So that goes out to there. That can go to there. Self-destruct chamber. Stolen artwork storage. You can find more details about the room hovering over the mouse. Each room has that goes towards its total score. Sabotage effects can reduce the score of this room to 0. If it gets to 0, it's destroyed. Okay, a room will also get instant destroyed if any of its doorways belong to another player. Some rooms have a type of symbol next to it. Okay, all rooms have unique effects. Room is considered complete when the doorways are connected to... okay. Sabotage rooms are a special type of room with an effect. Go ahead and click please to continue the tutorial. Okay. Will do. There we go. Only room is available. A new set is generated. Makes it neat. You gain extra score with other bonuses by completing the first one to complete a batch of goals. Okay. Okay, during the match you can gain passive perks. These will give you a score bonus. During a match you might also gain special abilities for which you use to place a room. Double clicking on it will activate it. Abilities that require a target. Luxurious upgrade. Usable once, increase the room score by 2. Redesign. So can I... Fair enough. Okay. You can press the base button or I assumed. Okay. Once the win condition has been met and all players have an equal amount of turns, the player with the most points wins. The win condition can be another. You cannot place a room anywhere for 2 turns in a row. You will lose the match. Oh, so it's just placing rooms. Simple. Okay, let's play a demo. I thought... Here we go. So we're up against another opponent here. Let's go for it. Yeah, skip dialogue. We're okay. So Eddie starts. Handy. Let's go for that to begin with. Or not. As the case may be. Let's go for that. Plus perk, okay. Not quite. Hehehe. Oh! Little shitbag. I'm not quite sure how he did it, but he did it. Increase the cost. Don't quite work, does it? Dang it. Have that though, because that's now completed. And that means that that's completed and everything goes up there neighbour-wise. Okay. It's such an... I like the theming of it. I'm very confused as to... some of the fun. I'm going to go for that then. +1 turn. Thank you very much. Oh, can that do 2 for the price of 1? Ah, not quite. Oh, could it do? Oh, so close. Let's do that. Again, let's do that. Oh no, not into your own build. Oh god. That didn't go well at all, did it? Choose one. Your hallway rooms get +1 score. Your magic gets +1. Your garden gets +1 score. Hallway rooms. Ooh. Ouchies. Ah. So close. I don't want that. There we go. Puts us back out front just by a point. Quite difficult to know exactly where where you're going with this, I guess. No, that's not what I really meant, but actually, I'd rather have too many options. Ooh. Damn. Damn. We aren't going to win this, are we? Oh, look at that +7. Romping away. I don't think that 4 can be salvaged. Ha! Too far away. Boosh. Yes. Okay, we're nearly back in the game. Nearly. What does that do? Extra utility. So again, I want that +4. So do we get vandalism, or is that just for him? Okay, so I'm going to vandal that. Plus, oh, we should have done that. Oh, you twit. It's fine, it's all about getting to 80. Nice. +8 to the score. I don't think we're going to win. But that could help. That could really help. I don't think there's anything. +4, +5, +3. Ah, it's so close. Ah. Okay, conditions will be met very soon. Oh, have we just buggered it up by closing that off? We have. Shit. Okay, let's get this 3 in. Can we get the 3 in, or can we get the 2 in? No, Simon. Schnauzers. What a pain in the booty. Everywhere I'm just like, I can't fit it in. That's what she said. Ah, we're buggered, didn't we? Yeah, I can't see another... I can't see a way. Oh, what an absolute pain in the arse. Oh, well. Game over. It's a tie? Oh, okay. Alright, that's Chamber of Devious Designs. That was nothing like what I thought that was going to be. But okay. I still enjoyed it, though. Q2 in 2022 is when that comes out, interestingly. Okay. Next up is... when it comes up, Oaken. So this looked very much like Faria to me from afar. It might not be at all though, so we'll see. I love Faria. I'm not very good at it, but I do enjoy it. Okay, again, let's dive in for a tutorial on Oaken to see exactly how this all works. The lady has finally awakened, just to find herself surrounded by wild spirits. Defeat all enemies, 3 are left. Okay, what do we do? Defeat these wild spirits if you let me help the lady. This is Lady, your hero. So, health and attack. Use your health when you drop to 0. Oh, rotate her to... Okay. I'll rotate her towards the enemy. Fair enough. This is a spell. It's cast in line of sight and is for 3 hexes. Interesting. Nice shots, but cards and skill drain up your Lumi. Don't worry though, as it's increased and replenished every turn. So... each unit can only move and rotate once per turn. Excuse me, but these tokens were hastened, that's why they could move twice. Okay, and it's frontal arc. That makes sense. So again, we counter-attack back. I like that whole arc thing. That's a good little spin on it. Do not let the friendly tinker die. This looks bad, we have nowhere to run. Let's stand up our ground. Most units have special abilities. To see their descriptions, hover over a unit. Deals 1 damage to adjacent units. Aww. Oh wow. LBRY summons hostile spirits in adjacent hexagons. If the spawning area is blocked, they are summoned further away. Okay, let's kill your little ass. Thank you very much. Let's kill that. I'm mildly confused as to but okay. Kill that one as well. Goodbye. Love the music. River dance for the battlers. Remove all enemy hexes. 0 left. Dusker influence. Enemy units will on purples will have +2 -2. Okay. To be able to go further, we need to cleanse the eclipsed terrain. This may anger spirits, but we'll need to fix it. You now have access to skills that cost a Lumi. Be created once per turn. Most levels have special rules and hexes which provide benefits or drawbacks. Which we can see there of the + and -2. Use your new skill on Seedling to reclaim the enemy terrain. Nice. That's what I was trying to do earlier. I didn't realise I didn't have the impale there. I don't think so. Hastened. Right, hang on. So the Lumi needs to go there. Done. We didn't even need to kill anything. Nice. Cool. I like that. That's my kind of game. So that is Oaken. It does remind me of Faria, but I really like that field of vision stuff, and especially if you can then get behind people and cause extra damage and all of that kind of stuff. That is right up my street. So that is Oaken. It is currently available just in 2022. Oh, it's by Goblins. I quite like Goblins games. They've made some good, decent ones recently. I want to say they've done End Zone, but don't quote me on that. But there's a couple of Goblins games that I do enjoy. So, yes. Keep me posted on that one for sure. Okay, next up is Adapt. Oh. Yes, Valve, I would like the Steam client to run, please. Performing first time setup. Who knew? Come on, game. Come on, game. There we go. Adapt is in early development stage. Please remember. Full release features will result in multiple lifetimes, game saves and progression, additional genres and genes and parts, reproductive strategies. Advanced life cycle stats. Please play and experiment and enjoy. So this to me looked like Spore gone nuts. So let's have a little look at what we've got. Why can't I spin anything around? Okay, so let's take a look at the eyes. Simple optics. Do you want we'll have those types of eyes. Or we can have a compound eye. Let's have a compound eye. Do an external ear. Oh, you can't have... Oh, okay. Some of the stuff doesn't fit well with others. Oh, unless you want perceptors. Remember, you can just disable and re-enable button. This is the colour wheel to customise your species, the habitatability, life cycles, attributes, abilities, undo, redo, species library, evolution points. Be sure to not spend more than what you've got. Part shop, scale parts with the wheel or mouse. Doesn't seem to be working, at least not now. Version touching up to 2 adaptations, okay. Yeah, I can't see how that can short neck. Ah, I've got to be a long neck. Wow. Everyone knows I love a little bit of purple and yellow. Okay, let's do this. Shame you can't colour individual bits in. Okay, I'll do that for gripping or for grinding. Sensory flare. Oh. We've made disturbed Spyro. What's happened here? Let's have horny nips. Oh look, it's good for attack. Tusks. Again, we'll have a man for there. Scoots. Oh, you have to click on the rock to spin it round. Okay. What about extra limbs? We could make it an arthropod. Oh my Christ. Okay, let's make it. It mates in the summer. How does it reproduce? Oh, we're kind of stuck with it anyway. So it can sneak. It's got some senses. It can smell. Aquatic, terrestrial, and flight. All of the things. Lifespan 8 years, size 3, metabolism 5 things a day, whatever that is. How funny. Okay, we've bought everything. We've got it on. Start. I'm genuinely scared / intrigued / what the effed. Please select a location for your birth nest. Have it in the flowers. Okay, so we're just an egg. Oh, out it pops. Oh, in the tree. We're off. Eat. There we go. You're hungry. Is that a little friend over there? Hello? Shift. There we go. Do a little bit of running. Hey, friend. Hey. Oh, look. That one's swimming. We're going into. Oh, look at that. Oh, but it's got a long neck. I don't know if it can stay above. It's friendly. Hello. Hey. Oh, look. They're just friends. Okay, what else can you do? I feel like I'm supposed to have done something with my egg. Oh no, there's a different species? That's all a tree. Hostile? Let's attack. Oh no! We're in trouble already. I feel like that one's doing better than what we are. No. Don't go after our little chum. We can't even hit it. Dead. Eat it. Don't know if we were meant to be a carnivore, but we are now. Okay, so I'm clearly missing something here. So bladder is a problem. Oh, dead. We didn't adapt. Interesting. I think there's a lot of potential with that. Great stuff. When's that due? Coming soon to Steam Early Access. Oh, I remember this. This is made by a single person. How that is being made by a single person, I have no idea. But Paul, you are God tier in that degree. Crazy stuff. Okay. Let's dive on, shall we? Next up, we have... yeah, Ixion, I think this is called, or Ixion. Let's see how we're getting on with this time-wise. So this was like the big like ooh game that came through on the trailers and stuff. This was like the big budget thing from nowhere that I spotted, and I thought, oh, I quite fancy the look at this. And to be fair, this might suit better in the city building stream that I was doing rather than it being in strategy, but I think you could probably argue for either or, because it's sorting out your own world on a spaceship in Norway. Okay.
Launch control, we have typing clearance for shuttle launch. Initiate Stanford protocol.
Clean procedures, check. Guidance go.
EA algorithm online.
Batista safety protocol, check.
Launch control to EMB Charon. All systems are go.
Launch is imminent. Personnel are instructed to evacuate the launch pad.
Love this soundtrack.
Yes, 30 seconds.
Someone's got proper Moogie Simps going on. Inner Heaven is such a good name. I don't know if that's real or not. Should be. Not even religious.
Visualize approaching near Tycoon structure.
PVS Tycoon to EMV share. You have clearance for final approach.
Very cinematic. I like it.
You have been assigned to Tycoon Docking Bay. Welcome on board, passengers.
You're welcome. I am welcome.
Shuttle EMV Sharon is now docked. Sector 1 empowered and pressurized. Munchie decontamination protocol online. Disembarkation authorized. Message to crew members. Welcome on board the Tycoon, property of Dolus Aerospace Engineering Corporation. You will soon be given your assignments, but until then, please continue to wait near the docking bay. We hope you have a productive voyage, and would like to thank you for your contribution towards humanity's future.
It's quite all right.
I am Eden, the personal assistant installed on board the Tycoon. In accordance with the Munchie Protocol, I have been designed to take into consideration
Munchies?
your complete psychological profile so that I may more accurately respond to any needs you may have. My primary purpose is to ensure the Tycoon's automated systems function efficiently. I will keep track of the tasks that are necessary for you to fulfill your prerogative of reaching Proxima Centauri and carrying out field research, mining operations, manufacturing protocols, and Dolos colonization tests.
Okay. That is a exposition dump.
Administrator, I wanted to introduce you to your first tasks personally.
Crispy?
I'm Dolos' cryonics lead, Marduk council member Giovanni Battista.
Batista looks different these days.
Your first objective will be to begin setting up essential infrastructure aboard the Tycoon, meeting the environmental conditions that are required to support your crew.
Okay.
Having laid these foundations, you will then oversee the installation of the Vol engine and perform a short test jump to Proxima Centauri. Upon arrival, your research teams will carry out a brief survey of local space, gather a few rock and coal dust samples, fire up the colonization protocol, begin building the foundations for mankind's future, yada yada yada. And then you'll come back. Now, in order to achieve this, you'll need to familiarize yourself with the Tycoon's core functions.
Cool, get me going.
It's no big deal. There's the production, stockpiling and distribution of resources, construction, balancing of power output with allocation. Oh, and space exploration, setting out expeditions and all that. Basically, everything needed to establish scientific advancement and harmonious autonomy on board the Tycoon following the first test of its Vol engine.
Okay.
Eden's gonna display and keep track of your main objectives. Oh, and Administrator, don't let the position go to your head. Veneer has insisted to center Dolos's focus on the Tycoon. But this mission is just in preparation for our next project, the Protagoras. The Marduk Council worked damn hard to pull this mission together ahead of schedule. So, toe the line, do as you're told, and bring the Tycoon back in one piece. Leave the grand gestures and saving of mankind from ecosystemic destruction to us, okay? One last word of advice. We don't all think like Veneer Dolos.
Okay.
As of yet, no human law has been officially established amongst the stars. That sounds like an opportunity knocking to me.
Right. Oh, hello. Oh, we can do stuff. Okay, so I'm able to zoom in and out. Oh, is it cyclic? Okay, end of discussion. Okay, so we can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. Hull integrity. Trust in administrator. Oh, okay. So that's like a... Taking it back to colony stuff, this is like a... hacky stuff. Okay, F1 for interior, F2 for exterior. Oh, you get to see the Tycoon. Structure improvement, enjoying the sights of space travel. Yes, please. Planetary system. Allow you to move through the solar system with the Tycoon station. Nice. Yeah. Oh, you can rotate as well. Okay. Nice. Buildings are the core element of the station. They help you fulfill your station's population's needs. There is a transform, store and move resources. Buildings have to be constructed. No shit. Resources, varying amount of alloy, and some also have electronics. Okay. Everything requires power to be activated. The available power on the station can be increased. The building requires workers, having enough workers. Such for maintaining safety. Nice. Placement. Rotation with the R stuff. Buildings can also be dismantled. Handy. Buildings must be connected to a road. Once your building has been placed, construction begins. Okay, let's get going. So you do have full 360 push. So we need to build a workshop. Let's construct a building. Let's put a workshop in. I feel like that does need to go. We do need to build a road though. Okay, oh, road construction. Little bouncy mech. And there, look, yeah, the power's gone up. Fair enough. Build a stockpile. Guess I'd want you on the same type of road. Set the stockpile to store alloy. Done. Collect 40 alloy. That is cool. I like how it's so seamless going in and out as well. Then here we are in the planetary system. Events available. Events available. I'm intrigued. Okay, sectors. Even though you only have one sector available at the beginning, the Tycoon is divided into 6 different sectors. They're constructible. Each sector has a certain amount of tiles. Okay, quite chunky. Oh, and there's a mini-map. Nice. Resources. Alloy, polymer, electron. Okay. Feels like an art. I get it, but that feels a bit arbitrary, but okay. That looks so good.
Administrator, I have established a connection with Dolus's lead data scientist, Emma Klein.
Administrator, Mr. Dolus has made it abundantly clear when it comes to security. Given the importance of the Tycoon, we must have full control over what is happening inside the station. My name is Emma Klein, Dolus' lead data scientist and member of the Marduk Council. My department have just completed final synchronization between Eden and our data treatment tool, the DLS. The DLS, or Data Listening System, is capable of scanning, recording, and parsing exchanges of any kind. The DLS programming that is a part of Eden will filter all data collected and bring to your attention only the most relevant information. It will also provide you with a condensed overview of any situations that may arise and formulate potential future outcomes. It will permit you to give direct orders without having to go through additional unnecessary paperwork. Eden will then take care of everything via their DLS accreditation. As is often the case with tools produced by my department, I think you'll find that once you start using the DLS, you'll never be able to do without it. Oh, and before I let you go ahead and start writing history, Dr. Munchie, our lead medical expert, wanted me to bring to your attention a possible side effect of vol jumping. Whilst there is a correlation between prolonged space travel and the development of early onset dementia, he believes that a vol jump has the potential to accelerate this process, although this is yet to be proven. His recommendation is for you to immediately send any crew members that are exhibiting uncharacteristic or symptomatic behavior to an infirmary, as these facilities are equipped to treat the mind as well as the body. Remember that all of your actions and choices are being recorded by Eden. We are not affiliated with any national or even international organization. The only people that you are answerable to are those of us who sit on the Marduk Council, who represent the collective interests and ambitions of the company.
New objective, communal dining. Tycoon members currently have no means of collecting food supplies and storage, unless it's an impending crisis due to influx of hungry crew. Commit to building a refectory. Okay, so let's put in... I like that being there because then that takes up all of the space. Build a second stockpile, which I'm assuming would end up being for food. Okay, that's for collection. So there's that. Trust going up because we've now got actual food. Always helpful. I really like how this is laid out though. And clearly like there's lots up here that I've not even touched. Alloy, carbon, polymer, silicon into electrics. So that's clearly how you build stuff. Set the second stockpile to food.
Administrator, I have an incoming transmission from Marduk Council member Henry Bargeville.
Okay.
Bonjour, Administrator. What a wonderful day to embrace our fate, don't you think? I am Henri Bargeville, writer, philosopher, lobbyist, but most of all member of the Marduk Council. I have taken the liberty of personally arranging an exchange out of courtesy with the Oceanabee, a ship in high orbit belonging to one of our commercial allies, the Ashtongites. Even though they are a small organization, the Ashtongites are important partners who share the same pragmatic, moralistic, and spiritual outlook as we do. The Oceanabee will provide us with a source of food whilst carrying out the Tycoon's initial testing. By making it the first exclusive trade partner of the Tycoon, we will demonstrate to our long-term allies that Dolos wishes for them to share in our successes. Please assign a cargo ship so that we can check the trade routines. Administrator, trust in genetic kinetics. Self-similar space will reveal the pattern.
Bear with me, bear with me. I clicked on an event and now I'm having to make sure that I can do everything. Right, so we need to collect all of those resources as well. Trust still going up, it's at 63%. Provide enough housing for 85 citizens, so that was 15 each, wasn't it? So that's 1530, 45, 60. $75, and then once they've been collected, I would imagine we're okay. Don't look like nice place. Oh look, every single person's got a name like that. Power's up on 30 now. Hold integrity's still good. Trust's improving. People are happy. Okay, we'll sort out that in a second. Then just the one more and then we're done with that. Okay, construct a cargo ship in the docking bay. Space interactions. Yes. We've got all of that. Okay, so let's get into factories. Docking bay, okay. So we need a cargo ship and a science ship. We're gonna need I'm assuming we need something. Looks like I'm assuming we're going to then need another small stockpile. I'm going to put it up there. Let's just speed this on a wee bit. Road deletion. Okay, let's get back to road deletion here. Okay, that helps with that. And then I guess once this is ready, we can then do... 6 crew died of starvation. What? Oh, trust is still good. So that now lets us mine that. Yep, okay. Got it. Got it. How many crew do we have? We've only got 53. Oh, do we not have food? Ah! You numpty mode. Let's request a few more staff. Tutorial overwork. Space interactions. Okay, so we've got all of that, and we've got harvesting from cargo ships and mining. That's fine. Workplace safety. I love that this is now turned into a health and safety manual. Turn off some buildings or transform all workers to the affected sectors. If much. Okay. Looky, looky. Is that going outside? Okay, so we've got cargo ship 1. Being configured with food. How do I do that? So cargo ships we want for food. Let's resolve the moon event. Okay. Waiting for a science ship. We do have a science ship, but okay. That then means that they're out and about on their little journey. So is this science ship on its way? Earth as a planet. That's a supply depot with food on. Okay, how do I get to it?
Science ship has arrived at destination.
Nice. Moon, abandoned base camp. Base out of commission. Let's try and get some science stuff. No Pluto? Donde está Pluto? I know it's not considered a planet anymore, but in my world, it still is. We're still having people die of starvation.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Actions to the main computer, found several relevant things. You found 40... whatever that is. Oh, and then we can still dismantle the camp anyway. Great. Ah, look at that night. Ah, I am really into this game. What a star. I still think I'm probably going to kill everyone. But, you know, come see, come sir. I think my other problem is just making sure that I've got food coming in constantly to make sure that I can do what I need to do. So it only needs 4. I don't understand why people are then still getting, like, very sad. Here we go. 30 more things, 40 more of those. Fantastic. So I'm assuming, do we then have to get that back? Do now.
Administrator, I have an incoming transmission from Dolus's head of medicine, Dr. Abhinav Munshi.
Hey-yo.
Greetings, Administrator. I'm Dr. Abhinav Munshi, Dolo's expert in compartmentalism and medicine, and a member of the Marduk Council. I'm glad to finally meet you, even in this digital manner. Your psychological test results were quite impressive. My friend and colleague, Philip Stanford, couldn't be here today, so I will take the role of introducing you to the final stages of the Vol engine integration. Before we get into that, however, we would like you to complete the testing station's exploration and enhancement capabilities. You'll then be able to begin researching the EVA airlock and assess its compatibility with the Tycoon's core systems. I hope that the work of our team will ensure that you are equipped to deal with most situations you encounter up there. Before I leave you, Stanford would like me to remind you that space is a far less fanciful and forgiving environment than science fiction would have us believe. It would be wise to remember that.
The tech lab generates science points passively, but in the main way to earn science points is for exploration. On a tech tree and some upgrades. Okay, I think this is like a good place to stop because I think we're going to need to stop. Oh, that's chonky monkey. Yeah, we'll have to clear some stuff out for that. But that works nicely. Tech tree and everything. Well, for me, that is a game of the stream for this one. Fantastic. That's Ixion. Let me just dive out from this. So that is coming, it just says play prologue coming 2022. I am over the moon for that one. That looks absolutely superb. And then the last one that I wanted to dive into, and I've only got a couple of minutes, so I'm going to have to be exceptionally quick. So this is going to be like the speediest overview of anything ever, is the Kingdom of Wreck Business. Because I've got about 5 minutes before I need to dive off. So, yeah, this is going to be exceptionally quick. Come on. If it ain't going to work straight away, Smithy ain't got the time for it. Come on. Come on. Come on. It knows. It knows. Okay. I'm not playing that game. Let me just end that task so that I can get rid. Kingdom of Wreck Business. I will just read the stuff for you. The depth of the Antic hide more than 12,000 sunken ships, of which at least half have never been located. As a depth explorer, you will earn money from extracting valuable cargo from wrecks. So the idea of this is because I quite like the idea of going around like sunken places is that you do like scuba diving into Wreck Expedition, and then use it almost like a grand strategy type and trading game to do exploring around, collecting the treasure, and then going and selling it on the market. And I just think that sounds like a really great concept and idea. But yeah, we don't really have the time to show it. So thank you so much, everyone. You guys all take care. That was the last of the Steam Next Fest demos, streams. I hope I didn't spam you too much for the week, but I think there was tons of games there that we could get diving into. You guys take care. See you soon.